Live, local. This is Fox 12 Now.
Hello, everyone. This is Fox 12 Now. I'm Greg Nibbler, and thank you for joining us. We are live streaming here from the Fox 12 Oregon newsroom, as we do every weekday. We start around 1 p.m. Pacific and go throughout the afternoon. We cover a wide range of topics, including things that are happening with changes to rules, regulations. As you can see right there, we are talking about Oregon's bottle bill today. So there was a change. This was Senate Bill 992, which directed the OLCC to develop some new rules, and those rules are going into effect, or have gone into effect, in association with returning bottles and cans. That's really what we're getting down to here. So we're going to talk about that and find out, some more about what those changes are, how they may affect you, and what that really means. And by doing so, we are joined by John Brady, the Director of Communication for OLCC, Oregon Liquor and Cannabis Commission. And John, thanks for being here with us. And I think this is something that here in Oregon in the Northwest, we're all aware that the bottle bill has been around for a long time, this opportunity to return things for refunds. And we know that a lot of other states adopted some of these rules and things that we established here as well. But to give some quick history of this, to make sure people understand what we're talking about, would you mind telling us about what is the Oregon bottle bill?
Sure. Thank you. And thank you for having us on, and thank you for giving us the opportunity to explain these new rules, because, as you're right, this is some of the most significant change to Oregon's bottle bill in quite a long time. The bottle bill is our state's redemption system for returning cans and bottles. And we were the first nation to do this, first state in the nation to do this. So to put a redemption value on bottles and cans to encourage people to bring them back and recycle them. It's really been an environmental anti-litter initiative, and it's been a great success. 87% of the bottles and cans are returned, so don't end up in the garbage or don't end up as litter. And it has become a model. Other states have adopted similar systems.
And can you just, so people can all understand, how is the OLCC involved in the Oregon bottle bill?
Yeah, so that's a great question. So we're the rules administrator. So we create the rules for this. The actual operations of where and how the bottles and cans are redeemed, that's the Oregon Beverage Recycling Cooperative, the OBRC. They're on the operation side, we're on the rules side.
Gotcha. So that kind of regulation of it and how these rules are delegated out there. I guess let's go to it. What are some of the big changes that are coming here for this Senate Bill 992?
Right. And so the two changes that go into effect immediately, one is that stores that have to redeem bottles and cans can limit the hours. So it used to be that as long as the store was open, they had to take in bottles and cans. Effective immediately, they only have to do it from between 8 a.m. and 8 p.m. So that change goes into effect.
Is that up to the store's discretion, whether they decide to? Do they have to stop at 8 p.m., or it's just their decision whether they want to continue after that?
They could continue after that, but for right now, they don't have. They only have to do it between 8 and 8. So, and then the other major change that goes into effect immediately is that stores, and this is Portland specific. There are some stores, they have the dealer redemption centers. Those are those kiosks that are outside of the bigger stores. The way it used to work is that's where people would bring the green bags. And also, if they had individual cans up to 24, the store would also have to take those 24 individual cans back. That they no longer have to do that. So they don't have to take those individual cans. So that's a second major change that goes into effect immediately.
So go ahead.
Yeah, no, go ahead. You can, yeah.
Well, I was just going to say, just to clarify, for the green bags, so can you reiterate that again? For people who are under the green bag program, does anything specifically change for them if they are using those at their home?
Yeah, so if they have the green bags, and let's say they take a bag back, but then they also have, up to 24 empties that, wouldn't cover it, wouldn't go into a full, make a bag full. The stores don't have to accept those in Portland. So it doesn't really change much. They still bring those bags back and they get the credit and everything like that. So not much changes there. Yeah.
But they need to bring back a full green bag in order.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, right. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right. And I'm sorry, please continue. What were some of the other changes here that
And so the third major change is then the alternative access redemption centers. And that again is Portland specific, and that allows for nonprofits to open redemption centers that cater to people who are redeeming cans back on a daily or near daily basis. And what's important there to know is that that change won't go into effect until October 1st. So the creation of an alternative access redemption center won't happen before then. There's one already in Portland called the People's Depot that will continue to operate. But any other one with a brick and mortar location, that won't happen until at least October 1st.
And how many of those alternative centers do you anticipate there being by October 1st once that goes into effect?
That's a good question. I'm not sure. It's so early with this rule change that, I don't know.
People are still learning, I'm sure.
Yeah,
on how
exactly.
That's all going to work. And would those ones, and this may be an answer you don't have either, but just to clarify, would those alternative centers be something that's open 24 hours a day, or would they also be within specific
no, that they would also most likely have limited hours. Yeah, no, they wouldn't be able to be open 24 hours a day. No.
Gotcha. Okay. And this rule is actually temporary, from what I understand, right?
Yeah, that's a great point. So the legislation was signed signed in a way so that it went into effect immediately. It was signed on Tuesday. Our commission, the Oregon Liquor and Cannabis Commission, met on Thursday, and the commissioners passed these temporary rules, which will be in effect until December 2nd of this year. And now over the summer, citizens and other stakeholders will have an opportunity, will solicit feedback from the public, and that'll go into then making these temporary rules then permanent.
Okay, so that feedback that's being solicited by lawmakers, or is that?
So that would be solicited by the OLCC. That's right.
Okay.
Yeah.
And what are some ways that people can provide their feedback publicly just about this as it goes through?
So we have a new rule. We have on our website a new rulemaking website. So if they go there, there's instructions about how to provide feedback. And I think once I can also then when that process starts, I can return we'll put out information about the best way for people to send in their feedback.
Okay, great. Anything else that you think is important for people to know just about these new changes, since this is pretty significant, compared to what we've had before, at least, maybe not overall affecting everything, but a significant change to the bottom line.
Right. Yeah, I think the redemption hours, that I think that's going to be a significant change. If people are used to, going in outside of that 8 to 8 window, that's a significant change. And then the changes, I think, with the green bag program, to for people to be aware of that. And if they have further questions, we're going to be updating our public information and our website, and so they can come to the OLCC for those changes. And then we'll also be communicating with the public as this develops.
Great. One more question. I just thought about this too. For those alternative centers, what is the benefit for an organization to apply to be one of those?
I think that's really up to the organization and to their mission. And if they see it as part of their mission to operate one of these centers, and if that's like an environmental mission or a social service mission, it just gives them the opportunity to do this. Yeah.
Gotcha. Okay, so that's an opportunity for them to apply to do that if that's
right.
if they so want to. Okay. Well, thank you, John. Thank you for joining us. To walk through that. That does make a little bit more sense now because anytime there's a change to something like this, people just want to understand exactly how it's going to apply.
Right.
Anything else that you think is important?
No, I think that's it. I think we covered everything. And like I said, thanks for the opportunity. We really appreciate being able to, because like you said, it is a big change, and being able to communicate to the public is important.
Yeah, fantastic. Thank you. And yeah, we'll make sure to share out, as far as how the public can provide their feedback and all of that too through the process. All right, John, thank you very much.
Thank you. All right. Bye-bye.
Bye. And for everybody watching, this is Fox 12 Now. So we are live streaming here, and these are, these longer form discussions that we get to have and really get to go a little bit more in depth to understand changes like this when it happens. And you can feel free to share this segment. So wherever it is that you found us, hit that share button. If you're going to our website, that's usually a good place to do that, to share it, or even on YouTube if you want to share it right away. But also we will have it up on other places, and the Fox 12 Oregon app is one of the best places to watch this show. But obviously a change that people are going to notice. I feel like a lot of people are going to notice that when they bring their green bags back, and if they are used to bringing those extra cans, that's probably something that's going to be a big surprise for them. Not some life-changing surprise, but certainly a surprise, and the hours there for the stores as well. And we'll keep you up to date as far as these alternative sensors once we see more about that and how that's all going to work. But that's it for right now. We have plenty more coming up here on Fox 12 Now. We are live streaming from 1 p.m. to 4 p.m. Very often for this show. We've got the Fox 12 Weather Podcast video edition coming up. We've got an afternoon cocktail segment that we do on Fridays. And we've got, as always, if there's breaking news, we will have that as well. But we'll take a break for right now. I'll talk to you soon. I'm Greg Nibbler. This is Fox 12 Now.